Hello, beautifuls. Good morning. Take a look at this gorgeous sunrise. I launched the Dragon Workshop softly day before yesterday. We have a good few sign-ups already, and I'm going to do a live later on today to share the downloads and inspirations that have been coming from it. If you want to catch that, that will be at 11 this morning. And post any questions that you might have. We'll also be bringing through some dragon energy right now. I just connected with one actually. I'm going to show you where. Do you see where there's bubbles just after coming up right there? That's where it was. Oh my god. So they're showing their presence. Oh my god, that was amazing. I hope that's on camera. I'm going to check it back. So that was an interdimensional water dragon. That actually made itself known to us right there. And I'll share the messages that are coming through. And if it feels like something you'd like to do, it's on the 9th. It's a weekend workshop. The 9th and the 10th of April. There will be recordings. And although it's a weekend workshop, we'll be continuing in our learnings and our shares in a private group afterwards, because there's going to be even more that's coming through. This is just the start. There's going to be a bit about ritual, high dragon magic, healing, love, so much more, creating abundance, manifestation. All that's happening. I'm being prepared. And I'm going to share that at 11 today, so catch me then. Post any questions here. We'll pull some cards and we'll play with that beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm after seeing some gorgeous swans and herons this morning as well. It's just alive here right
today, I had a beautiful walk this morning and met some dragon energy, and I wanted to pop on and share it with you because I caught on the live, I actually caught one of the signs that they're around you. I didn't catch the whole thing, unfortunately, because I was trying to angle the camera, but I saw it fully. You'll see the remnants of it. It was an interdimensional water dragon, coming here with messages around purpose, coming here with messages around purification, and how we can interdimensionally travel with them as well. And part of that is to actually bring back some codes and knowledge and wisdom that are in our soul blueprints, our soul memory banks. So it made itself known when I mentioned that I will show you where this dragon was, and immediately the water did a big splash up and bubbled all around where I was pointing. It was incredible to see the evidence in front of my eyes of how real and how much more physical these energies are in becoming. Yeah, how much more signs that they're able to send to us than ever before, because their energies are so prevalent right now on earth. And I'd love to hear your own stories of connecting to your own dragons, or if it's something you're interested in, and what it means to you, because it's perhaps different for everybody. So giving a few minutes for some peeps to join, and that's why I wanted to share that with you this morning. Hello Sadie, hello Linda. I'm just noting my computer's not turned on, give me a sec. Sadie, you saw the bubbles. Yeah, you missed the splash because I could have had the thing angled the wrong way. You saw it was actually in the shape of a dragon. How I saw it, because this dragon didn't have wings, all right? It was, its face was very, how you would say the oriental dragons might look. It's got that kind of a face. And its body was more like that as well, more like the fish, the way you see the Chinese dragon effect. Because often I see them quite different ways, and that's how the shape in the water was as well. It was so incredible. And I was like, I would have bawled out crying with the joy I was feeling, but I had to go straight into a session after, so it was like, compose yourself. So super, super magical. Let me see, is this working? Yes, I plugged in my computer. don't want the battery going. The Dragon Rebirth Workshop. Why is it rebirth? Mainly because it feels like so much death energy has been going on, as in we've been releasing, letting go, ending cycles. And this is the time, April rebirth. And I'm realizing now that that whole period, because I was looking at the 16th, 17th to hold it. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Easter, which is, of course, in Christian Catholic tradition. That's Easter's how they celebrate the rebirthing of Christ, right? The resurrection of Christ from the dead. And I realized, oh well, I can't hold it that weekend because people might be away. It'll have to be the weekend before. But that's the energy that we're in, actually. Is that rebirth, resurrection energy, that we are being reborn right now. And this is what this workshop is here to remind us of, and bring forth those energies of creation again, helping us let go via creativity, via movement, via connection to the dragon realm, and helping bring in those codes, our creative energies, and express, because we need action. Dragons are about action. They're a lot less passive than other energy frequencies. And when I say that, like, you know, the angelic realms and dragon realms, they do interweave, and they do, they do have the same frequency, some of them, as in they reside in the same realms. You have dragon realms that are source realms as well, like seraph and dragons. But you also have very earthy dragons, very, very of the earth. They built the earth. They help create the earth. They help create the stars. They help create a lot of systems that way. So they have a lot of that coding in them as well. And they're about action. They want the physicality aspect, because they were physical at one phase or one dimension here. And that's going to become, again, something that we might evidence with our eyes as we move on and move forward in our journeys. When will it be in my lifetime? I don't know. I just know that that was a fairly cool sign we saw at the bridge on the river there, on the river coming into the sea, and how just in those exact moments I wanted to show where it was to you. It showed itself in the way that it could in that moment. And this is the thing that we'll be looking at as well in the workshop. What are the signs that they're around you? Because I will tell you, my first experience with dragon energy was a couple of years ago, and I was living in Paris, and I was connecting to nature in the only way I had at that time, which was a local park. I mean, it's in a big city. It's not exactly like it's all around us. So I would go to this beautiful local park. I would lie in the grass and I would breathe into the nature, and I would release, and I would talk in my mind to nature. And I kept getting, look, open your eyes, look at the sky, because my eyes are closed. And I opened my eyes and I'm seeing the clouds. And I kept seeing this cloud and my eye kept going towards it. And it kept getting closer and closer to me in my mind, in my field of vision. And it was the clearest dragon symbol, like as if it was written, drawn by an artist. Every stroke, this did not look like a cloud. And I was like, every scale could be seen. Everything was so clear on it. It was in no ways cloudy. It was crystal. And I was like, Jesus, that looks like a dragon. And lo and behold, it felt like it got bigger and bigger and closer to me, until I could feel my whole body start to vibrate and shake. And I got a little like, whoa, freaked out, scared, like a little bit like overcome, because it was such a strong energy. And it ran up my spine and it ran down my whole legs, and I was kind of shaking, vibrating on the earth, and wanted to let out a roar and a scream, but there's loads of French people beside me, and they're fairly quiet and timid. They're not exactly loud people. And I was like, keep it in. I felt like I had to keep it in. But at the same time, the energy still moved through me. And I realized, oh, I am being called into dragon energy. And I had resisted it before then. I wasn't ready for it, because part of it was my upbringing. I was still unconditioning myself from quite a lot of, brought up in the Catholic tradition, brought up quite a lot of religious beliefs where dragons were seen as evil. Especially if you go into the legends, they were actually representation for Satan in some cases. And this is that whole distortion energy again. The dragon was distorted to a specific cause and means. So deprogramming myself was quite a lot in that, because I was like, what, oh God, what am I connecting with in this? This isn't holy, right? And I really had a lot of personal work I had to do on that to open up to the joy and the beauty of all that was coming through from that realm to me, and how much they wanted me to listen and to be guided, and to recognize that that's part of my blueprint. It's part of me, you know, and it's still something I embody more and more. What is it for you? If you're feeling it now, it's because the 22222 gateway, right, 2022, 22nd of February, another portal opened, that allowed vast array of different streams of dragon energy to come to earth. And we're going to start seeing the evidence of that more and more in our life as well. They've come through from other dimensions and realms, because quite a lot of them reside in the interdimension realm, the veil between the physical and the etheric, the astral and the physical. They reside quite a lot. Quite a few of the dragons do, that would have been of Earth especially. And when they had the big exodus, because there was a period of a massive exodus of that energy, not even of the physicality of them at that time. They were being hunted. They were essentially, it was being too difficult for them to reside here in physical form. And a lot of the legends reference that as well. You know, dragon hunting. A lot of that is referenced in the legends. Of course, it's been inverted, so feel into what's true, what's not true. But they went into another veil, a dimension there, and they came through massively. 22 of the 2nd of February, the 22nd of February. I just saw that open up massively on that particular week. It's not like it was only that day. It was like that particular period, that week. A lot of these dragons are coming in with higher knowledge and higher wisdom right now, and they're going to start awakening the teachers. And teachers, it's not exactly what I mean by teachers as in, you're going to school and you're teaching in that sense, like a philosophy teacher in university or something. Teaching is anywhere where you're in a position of imparting knowledge and imparting frequency to others, imparting wisdom to others. You could be working in McDonald's and be a massive teacher. It's in your resonance field, okay? And it's how people then receive it, and that activates them, that enlightens them. It's a way of enlightenment. It can be a very physical thing where you demonstrate the action of the teaching. Let's say you're somebody who uses your hands, you're a carpenter, you make things, you're a creator, you make things, and it holds then in the creation energy, or you're teaching others how to make things. You're a teacher. You're a chef. You're showing others, right? It's the same thing. It's not exactly like school teacher, that type of thing. It's in that energy of exchange, wisdom exchange. And teachers in the sense of the guide. Because really all wisdom is always within. Teachers sometimes hold the key to open up for others how they discover their own truth and wisdom. It's like you have a key, you show others the key, they realize it's within them, they open up. That's another form of teaching. Kiando osakata, how we probably used to be taught in Dumeria and all those places as well, right? Kiando otra atama suki kikika. Tomorrow we're doing the blue ray invocation. The blue ray invocation, the blue ray is a ray that it's not the only ray that I am, but it's a ray that encompasses all rays, including rainbow, including silver lattice, including golden, including the rose ray. All of these, and the violet, all of these are encompassed. Part of the role of the blue rays is they bring them all in, right? Kyoto Ana, so they anchor it all on earth. Du'akana, but they're also the way showers, the light workers, the shadow workers, and the teachers as well. And we're going to do that tomorrow in our light language initiation, because we're going to do an invocation of the Magdalene Christ ray as well with that, because it's linked into the blue. They were of that ray. So the mystery school teachings are linked into that ray as well, and this is how I perceive it, how I've seen it. So these energies are very prevalent right now. Who's up for joining me tomorrow? I can't wait. I know I put the link into the girls. So let me take a breath. Where was I? Dragon energy, dragon workshop. the 9th and the 10th of April. We're going to do it over a weekend. However, the learnings don't just end there. The experience doesn't just end that weekend, because we're going to have a private group where we bring forth our shares. We connect in as much as what is needed for us, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly, whether we were creating altars, we're going out to nature, we're actually having experiences with various forms of that energy and then sharing it in the space. Because if you activate one within you, that code of that dragon within you, you have the potential to bring that forth into the space for others, and they the same of you, something new, something different. You may even resonate with, let's say, the history that you've had with dragon energy in your blueprints. Some of us are dragon mothers. Some of us are dragon sages. Some of us are dragon of dragon blood and have come back again to ignite that, born of the dragon blood. For instance, King Arthur has that link. It is said that Arthurian energy is born of dragon blood. All right. So, look at the chills I get when I talk about that. Any of you that have links to Avalon will really feel this as well. Many of you with Atlantean links, or again in your field of energy, your stream of energy, will have big connections to dragons, because I have very physical memories, very, not physical, but very vivid memories of working with them there as well. Dragons are great weavers. They weave the energy into matter, and they help you do that. There's just such a vast array of it would take me, I think, years to bring forth what I feel I know within, as I know you all do too. But we'll be touching on I think what's most prevalent right now for the 9th and 10th, that the dragon energy that wants to be seen right now is what we're going to tap into, although there will be so much more. And I will have lessons in the online platform for you to, at your own leisure, tap into and tune into, that will have maybe anything that's missed in the 9th and the 10th, because again, this is vast. I'll cover as much as I can in those lessons, so you can get them in bite-sized chunks and learn as much as you want to learn about it. As I said, that 9th and 10th won't be the only end. I have that vision of our dragon community, that we're going to create a card deck eventually, maybe in the next year or two. But those of you that are joining this will be part of that co-creation energy as well, if that sounds like something exciting to do. They came to me a year ago telling me they wanted a dragon workshop, and they wanted a co-creation, and I didn't know how it would look, but this is what it is now. So I'm just trusting and going with it. We're going to be going into dragon ritual, and I will be asking for us to do invocations. So for those of you that are maybe opening up to dragons, or even wanting to open up to more various energetic forms of it, these rituals will help you connect in the way that you're ready. Dragon magic is very potent. It's something I'm still learning quite a lot about. It's something that has been hidden for a very long time and held sacred and burned. The church burned a lot of books that would have had these high magic rituals, high magic invocations. They would have burned the freaking place down wherever anybody was practicing this. So a lot of that knowledge was lost from like 200, 300, 400 up to the Middle Ages. Druidic teachings were very linked into dragon magic as well. So anywhere there's the Celtic link, you have that Celtic link. Quite a lot of that might be in your blood, your DNA, where you've had that Druidic influence as well. Dragon legend, this is the interesting thing as well. Dragon legend, dragon stories, dragon folklore is found on every place in earth. Is that not proof that human consciousness holds these memories deep in their memory banks? That races that are hundreds of thousands of miles apart hold dragon mystery folklore. It's in the Inuit community. They have their version of it. The Chinese, the Japanese, African culture, even the small islands have versions of it. Ireland, England, Norway has their version of it too, and the other Scandinavian countries. We have a version with the indigenous peoples in the North Africas and in the Australias as well. Like, this is fascinating when you go to see, well, what's the connecting thread here? And they might have various ways that they describe what a dragon is, or how it works, how it, quite a lot of the folklore is around elements. So this one seems to be very tangible within the folklore, how dragons have power over the elements, how they are connected to the elements. And we will touch on that as well, because learning to master, and this is a thing, we have dragon masters. I didn't mention that. There's so many versions of that. Dragon egg holders, dragon birthers, dragon mothers, dragon sages, dragon masters, right? Dragon riders. And you might resonate with different frequencies of that wording I'm using, because they have different purposes. Oh, I'm losing train of thought. Right, so there's just so much information. It's so much fun for me. I can feel I'm like salivating because it's juicy. ah. Yeah, it's something magical. And this is the thing. It's the magic that they invoke within us of all that is possible, of what we remember. And it brings so much joy when we start to remember this. It's the tangibility and the physicalness. Mastery over the elements has been denied us. Okay, it's been, again, that's been lost knowledge. It's been reclaimed. So various, pagan or particularly in the Vedic, they have quite a lot with their mastery of the elements. Their procedures are still intact, but quite a lot of what we maybe in the Western world, it was lost to us and taken again and inverted and given a different spin. And we're here to reclaim that again. That we are made of the elements. We are connected in every single way. And when we learn mastery over them, we can manifest in really powerful ways as well, especially connected into womb space, hara space, and heart space. It's an incredibly powerful way to bring forth our desires and dreams aligned with the highest good. And this is one of the other things with dragons. It's said that the thing is, the pure of heart is very strong. Dragons will make themselves known to those pure of heart. I've read that, I've experienced it. Because, and I hold these memories as well, and you can hear I'm taking a breath on this, because in other timelines when we would have done invocation rituals and we would have called them to us or changed them to us, let's say, energetically, wanting to use their magic. And I do hold memories of that when I played in the dark. No, I'm not doing that anymore. But like holding those memories of when we abused that energy, because it brought us power, it brought us victorship, it brought us money and sex and all of these base earthly things, because dragons have that, you see. They have the access into all of the 3D things as well, but it was inverted and used for ill and not used for the highest good of God creation, source creation energy. It was used to bring us further away, essentially, and make us masters of our own realm, our own worlds where we thought so. So the sacredness of us doing something like that is paramount. That when we're entering into spaces like this, we're really checking in with our intention and the purity of our heart when we're connecting in this way. They'll make themselves known to you very quickly when that is evidenced. And their teachings will come through to you, your own sacred teachings from them, right? Nobody can tell you what they are. I can show what I know to open the gateway for you to access what you know. Kiatua shi. And the same as if I find something in a book or I find the same thing, I'll share. But really from our own selves, the greatest teaching comes. And that's part of what we'll be tapping into as well. We're going to be doing this on Saturday via song, sound, because again, the earthly things, vibration of the voice, vibration of sound, rattles, drums, Banging a tin, like anything with that intention that creates sound attracts. It's like, ooh, they're very attracted to things like this. Kiando no so creati. The dragon song is within us as well, that we might even have our own dragon song that's we're here to remember. Kuhataka di. And this will be our sacred mantra song. We'll do writing, we'll do art, yantra, again, sacred drawing to attract. Everything in the physical like that with the intention is very attractive. They like offerings. They like this whole physicality, dance and movement, the dragon dance. We'll be going into what that is and how that art has been lost but is here to be reclaimed. We'll explore nature and working in nature with the dragons as well, because major grid work is happening with them and via them right now. And all of this information is coming through so that we are creating that version of Earth that needs and wants to be anchored right now, that we experience within ourselves, because this is what is in creation mode right here, right now. Whew, right, I'm going to stop because I'm going to keep talking about the dragons. Let me know if you have questions though, and I would be delighted to answer them for you. I'm going to see if Naomi, hi my love, I just messaged you there. I haven't read the messages back though, hold on. Naomi has signed up. Ooh, beautiful. And Naomi, you have such beautiful dragon codes in you too. It's going to be magical. Leslie, she got chills when I talked about dragon blood. If you got chills, Leslie, about dragon blood, tune in. Is it true? Do you hold even the tiniest fraction? 0.0001% doesn't matter. If you have the tiniest fraction, it's there, and it's there to be opened. Kanta kunti kike akuandi. Kanda akaku, those of dragon blood. Kwataka uakantesh awuru hold great healing abilities. Hadkandia hakuashi, and can tap into the manifest. Hold on. Whoa. Tap into the. Oh, it's strong there. I'm not ready for you. I have to raise my frequency a little there. This is a massive dragon. It must be linked to you, Leslie. Whoo, I'm sweating. It's saying, don't fight me, let me in. Okay, come on in. The manifestation realms. And it's showing me a big map. This is like a map into the DNA structures. And it's almost like the DNA structures, when I'm looking at it in the map, it looks like tunnels underneath Earth as well. It's bizarre. No bizarre here. As you are, so is as Earth is. As you shift, so does this Earth. It's referencing. It's clearing something in me because it's really high vibration. Cantada mataka utki utki mataka irger utki mekeri vishuturi makayeti andra kasamako India katamasko utki kiki asha. Your ancestors hokataeti would embody us hatan ti ki shiwa and light fires on hills to call us forth. It is time for you to remember too and invoke the dragon power through your blood. Most holy is those that realize this and bring it forth for the highest good of humanity, of Earth, and of all life everywhere, in all realms and dimensions, as it reverberates through all. What affects you affects all, for we are woven together. They're referencing again as one, the law of one. They're showing me the hand, and I have the hand is, my hand is like this. It's like I can't move it from this. Is this for writing? Why does my hand like this? Is there a shake in the hand? Arthritis? What is this? Why is my hand doing this? Hakiata, to write sigils. Kundayaki, automatic writing. Hatakiyasi. Now when I'm saying that, the hand is starting to open. It's like it's been clasped in and held away for you to access that. Let's on Riachiakwa. Is it time for that to be undone? Yes, through permission. Toshan Jikiaka, it will bring forth more. Hachiki Shiatonde Handra Suru. Some of this is linked to past life stuff. Kangaya Kia Kandana Aka. So, okay, I'm not going to do that on the live, Leslie. I'm getting pretty deep into the soul blueprint. I haven't even asked your permission, although I know you've given it to me. Hachaka. So I'm just going to do this in general. Release, revoke, rescind, delete anything in the soul blueprints, please, not serving across all time, space, dimensions. Anywhere there's been inversion energy, undo. Kadan Mahatka. Anywhere there's been contracts signed in blood, not serving the highest good of source, undo. Anywhere there's been lack energy because of that in the family line, undo. Anywhere there's any disease passed down through, undo. This is through the ancestors. Anywhere in the karmic, undo, undo, undo. For the highest good, for this is ready to be undone, closing all cycles and birthing new ones. Thank you. Blessed be. May this be for all souls watching here and now and in the future also, including my own. Resurrect. Freedom. They're working quite a lot on the physical body. When you feel warmth like that, a lot of that is the healing dragons coming through. I'm seeing quite a lot of red, oranges, and blacks. They're very powerful for the physical body and purification. They're helping transmute energies and impurities as well in the blood. So as we're talking about it, if you allow and you say yes, it'll start to happen. Dundana hata ye dindiaka wadi hindigata wandi. Make yourself a dragon egg and place it on an altar. Your dreams are inside it, kadawasi, and your visions, dandwai diaka, and it'll be ready to hatch. Dundana aiti, when all is in place. It's to bring you hope and faith whenever you might feel despair or lack of that. Also, it's like clearing away any illusions, untruths, deprogramming. There's a lot of stuff in the brain, the hemispheres wanting to soften and meld as one there. Thank you. Wow, your dragon was incredible. Thank you for that experience. Is there anything that Leslie can do to access you? Yes, sit with me. She has heard me speak now. She will hear me through her in the quietness of her mind and heart. Okay, wow. I am hot after that. Wasn't expected. There you go. I'm going to have to breathe. I can feel my head. Ooh, so much fun, says Naomi. It is. Lemurian links, yes, yes. Lots of beautiful dragon energy there. Linda, I met my dragon during my dragon meditation. Oh yeah, sure I forgot. I'll post that in the links here. If somebody wants to meet them via meditation, I'll post links to a dragon meditation I have, and you'll meet your dragons there too. You might have more than one, by the way, and sometimes they come in just like angels do. You know, you'll have, let's say, a guardian dragon, which is always with you, but there might be ones you need at specific moments. And just like there's angels for different things, you'll have dragons for different things too. And it depends on what you need in that moment is what you're going to meet in the meditation, let's say. And even if you don't see them, you feel them, trust they're there. Hi Eve, you just joined. Oh girl, I am sweating. I feel like I need a shower after this. Leslie's dragon, it ran me over. There was quite a lot. When it came in, it came through my, so Leslie, like this is how I felt it come in. It came up through my sacrum and up my back, and as if its head was in my head. And I could feel it had things up its back like that. If I could draw, I would draw it. And that felt like there was stuff, a lot of stuff happening in my brain, right? So I can feel that still here. Very physical It feels like your dragon helped rewire something even in me, and it's going into my third eye. In my throat, you heard me cough, like I was coughing out probably old crap. So you gave me a massive healing, Leslie. Thank you, because you have that in you. You see, thank you. Linda met her dragon, and he allowed me to walk up and touch his scales as I had never believed in them. That's a big thing because we think they're just legends, and they've been so inverted, and they've been made out to be bad and evil, and it's so not true. And I had the dream, vision of the rainbow dragons during the week. You'll have seen I made a post about it on my page. If you haven't read it, have a look through, because they came through with the message of the rainbow rays and the rainbow children coming through, and how we're preparing the way as well, how so much are coming in right now because that energy is quite here. And the rainbow dragons, again, that was used as a symbol for Satan. Can you believe that? And it's for the purity of pure children and the purity of pure rainbow bridge energies of us creating new earth. And it was used as a symbol of Satan. And I've even had people comment that on my page before. I posted up a picture of a dragon that Natalie, you did, if you're watching this. I can't remember your surname. Bo, if somebody remembers Natalie's surname, it's like hard to spell for me. No offense, Natalie. But she's in Star Tribes of Light, and she does these incredible coded transmissions. And a couple of months ago, probably last summer, she did a rainbow dragon that came through, and I could feel it the minute I looked at it. And I posted it on my page, and I had several comments saying this was evil and Satan. And I was just like, God, you've been so programmed, bless your souls, because that is the opposite of what this energy is. But it shows us how we're often faced and up against these type of inverted, distorted matrix programs, so that we won't seek out and we won't be open to the pure source codes that are now flooding in. We'll actually close off to it. And part of these pure source codes flooding in from the Rainbow Ray Dragons are all about bringing forth the rainbow children. And these rainbow children are going to change Earth completely for the next generations to come. And we're just the guardians right now. We're the anchor points, you know. Imagine being close to that. I'm told, let go of that sadness. That's not yours to carry. But it's just to show how there's so much of us, and even me included, that, you know, we're still deprogrammed. We don't even know at a subconscious level. And of course, I am going to reference that those that were very 3D dragons, like physical, they were very abused by mankind, and some of them did get inverted, right? And this is perhaps even where some of those legends come from as well. And they did turn, quote unquote, dark. They also followed the path that we humans did, go furthest away from source. And that could be where some people's fears come from as well. But you know, that's not something we tap into. It's not something that even feels real anymore, because a lot of them, they're rapidly transitioned again. Like, you know, they've been set free from that. And really it was from our darkness that kind of happened, right? It's like, you know, like osmosis, it went in. A lot of my work 2 years ago was actually going to quite a number of sites and freeing the dragon energies that were trapped there by humans. A massive one. And one of you ladies, I don't know if you're on the live, you're on this live. No, you're not. But you might watch this in a bit. Tamara, I only knew you shortly at that time. I knew you had dragon energy. I think we were in circle together at the time. But I was in Paris, and I'm on a ley line. When I lived in Paris, I was on a ley line, the Rose line and the Michael lines are through there. And immediately during a short meditation, wasn't a plan, I went into one of those lines and traveled straight over to Rome. Underneath the Vatican, they had the biggest, beautifulest, scariest, because it was totally frightened, lashing out black dragon. Kiandana Maaswaki, and it was a divine feminine dragon. Kiandana chained in a dark dungeon. This is etherically, but it had been done via magic. Okay, this was done via magic. those priests, how many 100 years ago did this? Why did they do it? Because it attracted gold. Where do you think their vaults of gold comes from? Manipulation and abuse of this type of magic energy. And all the blood spilled and put there as well. So I was like, geez, I'm not going to be strong enough. This needs to be freed. And I had a chat with that dragon. And we had to do a lot of forgiveness work and healing work together. And I knew I needed to call somebody else in, and it was Tamara I called in. And believe it or not, she experienced the same thing. We never talked about it until after. And she had the same experience at the same time. I mean, this stuff blows your mind. Blows your mind. You ain't imagining anything, right? So it just shows that quite a lot of work, sometimes you too might come across just doing this work naturally, intuitively, or you can just feel into it. I was many times that year, everywhere I went, I was doing that release work. Even to the extent of some of it, I recognized I had done it. Again, I told you I played a lot on the other side. I had done it, and I was here to remember and undo and send love and forgiveness and bring that expansion back into my field again and back into that energies field. And that's the dark magics, right? Some of you might resonate with this. Some of you actually may not at all. So don't worry about it if it's not you. So all of this is being remembered by some of us, right? Because we're here to bring in the highest love back where it wasn't, and to bring in the purest form of that magic. What is that magic? It's from the heart, right? We call it magic, but it's energy from the heart. It's energy from the womb and the purest love intention to be in service, not to self, to be in service for the highest good. That's my passion. That's my passion here. I hope you can feel that when I say that. It is my passion to be here, to just be that and radiate it out with just love, because it's not a job. It's pure passion. And I am so blessed when I feel that energy around me all the time. And I'm sure I've made so many amazing connections with amazing women. That's me giving you all hugs and kisses. And we created like star tribes from this. This is all that same vision. It's all connected. I'm so blessed with you all. I love you all so much. Okay, I'm going to stop talking on that. Christy's here. Leslie. Sadie, I took the smell of dragon blood. I look the smell of dragon blood. I look the smell of dragon blood. I wonder, did you mean another word there? But you're getting the smell. You're getting the sense of dragon blood smell as well. Absolutely amazing. Leslie, I'm also an empath, so could have been tapping into you. No, your dragon came through me. That wasn't mine. I'd never met that one before. And Leslie, that was a family thing. That came from your ancestors. That was something like even 1,000 years back. You know, we're going way back what that dragon came from. So it's probably not in your physical family memories. This is going way beyond where physical memories would have passed on. That dragon was from there, right? Really, 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 really long time ago. Let yourself get a sense of that. There's definitely a mountain and a fire on top of a mountain or a mound hill. And it felt like, you know, they would have done sacred prayers there, you know, again, the Divine Mother connection to Earth, all of that, you know, so it was about healing. I do get that sense of druidic influence there, Kianama, like healers, male and female, this is your bloodline, and it was forgotten in the bloodline and maybe inverted even, but it goes very pre-Christian, like pre. So, my darling, Eve, hello, my darling, welcome. Vivian, hi. Marina, that was powerful. Hi, Marina. Marina, for anybody that needs to know, can you see my head needs to move a certain way? No, the opposite way I think it needs. There we go. This hand. Marina painted this. Have a look at that beautiful, beautiful painting behind me. It is of the Magdalene, the wise Magdalene. And I had to put it there. You know, my altar is here to the east, but I don't have a wall on the east, it's a window, so I had to put it here, and she's overlooking all my transmissions, so everybody receives that that energy that Marina channeled in. Marina, she's in Denmark, and she does these incredible art pieces, I also have her amazing, beautiful, that I use all the time because it has my full moon and my new moon dates on it, a calendar with all different creations on every month. Absolutely worth looking at. Marina, will you type in where people can maybe purchase your prints and where they can purchase your calendars and do the same, because the energies, it's in my kitchen, like that energy of a Buddha, a divine feminine Buddha now overlooking myself when I cook, you know. So all of this is part of ritual, it's part of sacred space, right? And being able to co-create and bring forth everybody's different um, beautiful creations. Like, I feel so blessed. So thank you, Marina, for that gorgeous gift that you gifted me with there. And notice the lion at her feet, the lioness at her feet. And it was one of the things we spoke about. I actually saw a lioness today with a lady I did a session with this morning. The lioness energy is here, and again, she was in for protection, to protect that woman. So and lionesses are encouraged, feeling strong moving forward, you know. But also the Christ energy is very significant with the lioness energy, on how many parables there are of saints being saved by the lion, or riding on the back of the lion, the lioness, being thrown for their beliefs into of the Christ energy. This was before there was a church, of the Christ energy, being thrown to the pits of lions, and essentially they're licking their feet because they were in that energy. So that energy is very strong around us. We can call that in as well. Oh, my darlings. So much beautiful dragon energy. Who else is here? Somebody's dragon's just knocking on the window, waiting to be let in. It's using its, like, you know, the fingers, like the claws, like. If anybody's hearing branches against your window or something at night, or like, that's actually your dragon. Who's that? Signs. I didn't get it. The signs. What are your signs? Right? They show up in cloud formation. They showed up today when I was at the water. They bubbled up the water in a big burst. I missed the big burst, but everybody saw the bubbles afterwards, right? They're showing up in really strong ways right now. You might feel them like blow on your neck and your hair stand up on end. You might feel a fire in your belly, heat rising over you. You just sense them. They're there. Hey, oh, hey, asawa. They're there. Leslie, my mom used to do automatic writing. I never could. Oh, that's interesting, because my hand was doing that. Okay. I never could. When I tried, the pen would fly off the page. I don't know if that's relevant. It is relevant. And it was linked. You saw I went in and I started undoing something in the Akash there, but I had to get your permission. I did get it energetically, even though I said I need your permission to do this, and I did it in a broad way rather than signaling into just your soul. But that's when I did that. That's why I did that. Because I could feel that it was like my hand was in a claw and it wouldn't move, it wouldn't flow, let the flow. So whatever block was there was linked to a karmic issue that we were undoing. If you watch this over, you'll see when I started doing that. I was doing it really quickly, but hopefully that's going to start. You'll see the filter of that through now when you start to practice and play with it. Okay, my love. Some of that was linked to some karmic stuff where there was a block for you to do that. That should be being undone. Okay, with your permission, and you allow that forth through. Hopefully you'll start to see that little by little. Take a little practice for it to flow like a dirty tap when you turn on the water. It's like until it runs crystalline clear. It'll be a little bit like that right now. Donara. May that blessing be with you. Naomi. What an amazing dragon and gift, says Naomi. So you felt that too. Love it. Eve, things have come to a head for me this week. I lost what you said. Trying to read it on this. Things have come to a head for me this week. Time for a new start. This is all about new beginnings, rebirth. Yeah, so could connect with my dragon would be wonderful. So yes, absolutely. And Naomi, sitting on a train, and this is how I experienced this. Through the sacrum and spine, almost uncomfortable, very powerful. Wow, love it. So one of my most powerful dragon energies was on a train as well. New Year's Day 2019, on the way to Spain. I think it was New Year's Day or just after Christmas. I can't remember, was it just post Christmas or New Year's? But I was on the train and heading to Spain from Paris, and the dragon followed me the whole way, but I felt it coming up through me in the same way, Naomi, on the train. How fascinating that we're the same way it happened. And the reason that was is the train lines was following some of the ley lines, and that's how I tapped in by accident. It wasn't on purpose, it was just there. And it brought me, oh, this is another interesting bit of work. I'm going to say this out loud because some of you may be doing this even unconsciously or in your astral realms, and you could be wondering, going, am I just going mad and imagining things? You're not. Like, this is stuff that happens. I ended up doing some major grid work stuff again, and karmic and past life things. It brought me, and I had no idea of the history of this. Like, I just didn't know. I found out afterwards. But the dragon brought me to Belgium and Germany while I was on the train to Spain from France. So I traveled all the way up through France, ended up going over to Germany and Belgium. Now, when I looked, I think originally they all used to be like, you know, that empire going back a long, long time ago, and Charlemagne. And I was like, why am I getting the name Charlemagne? And then I saw Charlemagne was this king and it was a place, and how the energy was inverted during that time again. And I was shown the Bible and how it had been changed, and how this is all linked into dragon energy because it was the divine feminine. Again, this was associated with the divine feminine and the inversion of the divine feminine. It was also associated with vast amounts of wealth being pillaged, plundered, raped from the people of the lands and brought to a specific area in Rome. Conquering, okay, and how a deal was done with Charlemagne and Rome at the time. Why was this memory so vivid? I had very vivid memories of this. So either I was tapping into a record or I was that person. I still am unsure. But very much remembering changing the words in the Gospels and bringing and taking out, like magicking dragon energy and trapping it. So for personal gains. And for personal gains of institutions. That's crumbling, and that has crumbled since 2000 and whatever. That's been crumbling. I mean, the whole dissolution of the church is going to be because of this type of thing. It is going to happen. And for anybody that's maybe associated with the church, I'm sorry, forgive me, but it is because that's the karmic layover, and the dragon energy is very involved in that. The Charlemagne is the gentleman. He was, in the history books, when you look at him, he's the enlightened one who brought forth the era of enlightenment. No, he did not. He murdered and killed so many witches, so many healers, so many with the memories of dragon magic, so many with the memories of healing via plant medicine and using energy healing. He burned witches. He was one of the guys that went around burning. But if you look in the history books, it's very few history books, you won't find it online, that will reference the pillaging that man did. Bless his soul. But I could see the ancestors to this day linked into that trapped dragon energy, and that was being undone on that train ride down as well. And then I went to a holy place a couple of days later and saw it evidenced. The church I saw in the vision while I was on the train, I ended up going to it. And outside the church, it referenced Charlemagne and the treaty and the Bible when they changed them. I was like, fuck off. This is evidence. Wow. So it shows us how these dragons are here to guide us, but also that we're very much interplaying with them when we do our work, whether it's conscious or unconscious. You could be totally unconscious and still doing that type of work, right? In your dream time, in your space time, by just going to certain places, bringing your energy, you're unlocking certain segments within the grid systems and bringing that energy out into earth just through your love and the purity of your intention. You don't have to see everything that I see. You don't have to do that. You might have your own visions, but it doesn't have to be that visual. That for me was for me to start trusting, so I would follow the path a little more, right? I needed that. It's part of my soul thing. And also I had a lot of karmic stuff I had to clear of playing on the other side. Troka shiki handra sokuye chiki atokaeti nula. Hiya, how you doing? Sadie, that is refreshing. Kath, hello darling. Draku, so Leslie resonates absolutely with that. Ndrako tria kandara tukia dindraka. So Draco are, there's beings that are called Dracos, okay? They're coming, the dragons are referencing them. And they're referencing hybridization that happened with dragon blood. So the bastardization is the word I'm hearing, like where they essentially took dragon blood, and these are an alien race, if you want to call them that. Hikia Kanama, and they created a version that isn't really a dragon, it's a version Draco dragon, and that also is perhaps where some of our memories are in fear of dragon energies from, because again they were not there for the highest good. Those poor energy souls were brought into the matrix that we can see the simulation around us right now was all simulation energy. It wasn't aligned with source, but again that blood, that energy, that hybridization energy is being cleaned and cleansed, and they're very much transitioning over into the light right now as well at a major level where we're not aware of it. It's happening. Kiandama. But I'm referencing that to somebody because I wonder, is there a fear there with dragon and Draco, that there's like a confusion around that, and that's why I'm saying that specifically for that one person. Kiana Kaiti. Now maybe you thought you were tapping into dragon energy, but it was like a hybridization of it that was inverted, and have no fear. Pure dragon energy is coming through. Kianda Maasuku, it's not the same thing. Kiana Maasuki Atina Adra Asuku. Heke Hehe. You might hold that memory of doing those experiments if you lived a timeline like that too. And I'm saying that for a reason, because that's clearing too. Release yourself of any guilt, release yourself of any shame or of any sorrow if those memories are not in the forefront of you, but they're in your subconscious mind and it's affecting how you wish to connect. Kiana ma suye, you're much loved. You're not blamed for any of that. You might be watching this in the future, by the way. You might not be watching right now. Kiana ma suye tiaka, and you are forgiven. All is forgiven. I'm hearing that. All is forgiven. Don't hold that over yourself. Kundana ma siaki, all is forgiven. And it was all chosen at the highest level to experience. Sugandya kamasu kiakanati. Handriasa, you are loved. Hatka. So I don't know who that was for, but interesting. That's my first time getting that piece of information. Judy, haya, hudrosaki. Handramasukuye kiaka. Oh, okay, let's pull a card. The 9th, don't forget, the 9th and the 10th, that weekend is the Dragon Workshop Rebirth, Reborn weekend. We're going to be doing a lot of beautiful things. Connecting with your dragons is one of them. Connecting with dragon clans, soul dragon song, soul dragon sacred dance, writing. Leslie, maybe that's the thing, like writing the dragon language, kuhaki, asahawai, connecting into dragon magic. Okay, we were doing the very first of that, dragon ritual. There's dragon high magic, kiana maka kuye, hase kiana maosi, and how I suppose the sacred respect, we'll be going into that between dragon and you as well. We'll probably be doing it like we just did here, a bit of ancestral clearing where there's any distortion energies, and karmic clearing where there's any distortion memories and energies as well, right? We just tapped into one there. I'm just going, where's my water? Because I have gotten thirsty from that dragon energy. Thank you. I'm going, where is my dragon? There they are. Bear with me. Oh, I do want to create my own dragon deck. That is on my bucket list with dragon messages. And this deck I do enjoy. It's from artwork by Carla Lee Morrow and Diana Cooper. She's a lovely dragon deck. Kiandra Ursa. Is there a message for the highest good from the dragons right now? I am burning up. So a lot of heat energy when you feel that from the dragons. They're really also working on like root area. I'm being brought right down to the root. And this is where, you know, fears, lack, not safe, not enough reside, right? Not enough money, not enough sex, not enough love. I'm not safe enough. Hakiana, I'm not attractive enough. I'm not rich enough. Kianamao kwai ki, I'm not smart enough. All of that, where that is, and that's like a resonance that's filtered down like a heavy gas. They work there very much. Kiandana soki, earth dragons, fire dragons, kushaka ki gineasi. I'm releasing negative thought energies there. And in the womb space, big time womb creation energy. Hudaki India. And here we have the golden orange dragon, right? So golden orange dragon, we have the writing referenced again, Leslie. And it was like the dragon claw. That was what I had, the dragon claw hand with a pen in it. There is a big message for you. Have a look. Look at the dragon, the way it's clawing the pen, right? Kiandrama Sukiya. Expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember you're magnificent. That's the message on the card, but I feel like this is another sign. We talked about signs. The dragons love to show signs. Confirmation after confirmation. There is another confirmation. All right, and I have that heat rising in me, just like the color of this flaming dragon, right? The golden orange, that is rising up and down my body right now. And this is a very clearing energy, right? Ku kiakana, kiakana ma soye. It burns through falseness, where there's lack of integrity. It'll burn through lack energy. It'll burn through BS, essentially. And it'll reset the nervous system because it's going to burn through anything that's not serving you. Parasitic energy is coming up as well. So it loves to burn lower energies up. When you're bringing in energy from dragons, you often feel quite cold. So when they want to encode you with super different frequencies, maybe that's not in your field, you can start shivering. Like you can have very physical effects with dragon energy. Hakan dia ka wai. So often when we're in the healing phase, we'll feel quite hot working with them as well. Hukandora. Now he's bringing my attention to the infinity symbol, which is around balance. It's in the tail area here of the dragon as well. And he's saying like, release the rules, the rule book. Part of this is the rule book. We're here to let go of the rule book, which is our limiting thoughts, identity, how we should think we be. And that we're rewriting our history. And what he's referencing there when he's saying we're rewriting the history is all that's been falsely implanted is being rewritten. Even memories, even if you've had traumatic memories, the energy of this can actually help you rewrite them. So it's not like PTSD when you go back into the memory. So it's referencing that too, where I feel it up and down the lower back spine as well there. So somebody has something with a trauma there in a memory, and it kind of triggers you, trigger back into that response of shock, freeze, fight, flight, fawn energy. And just calling them in to heal that will benefit you. And they're showing me you lighting a candle. You'll know who you are. Whoever has like a PTSD or a really major trauma, and if you get triggered, you're back in it, and it's almost like no healing work's been done kind of a thing. You feel back in it. They're referencing you. Who are you? Hakana Masu, lighting a candle and sending it into the flames also helps invoking the fire dragon. Hekini, and almost like you'll breathe in the fire over you. Kodona Masi. Hekinya. Can you see how red and sweaty I'm getting? Oh my God. I am hot with this dragon. Rondrokora. Hedri kalo ro haka iaraka. Shekana moro ke kana siki ika hora hal dindara 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 de. Hindra hasama haru haru haru. And breathe and soften into the body. Soften down to the yoni space. Soften the sacrum, soften the feet, plant the earth. Kian Kwan, Kian Ya Kwan, Ye, Kin Ya Kwan, De. Ooh, it's hot. I'm going to see what's in the Gyara, Zuri, Gyara. Who wants, that's a general one for everybody. It felt like a confirmation for Leslie, to be honest. Who wants one more dragon card? Mbrahasai. Those of you that have done my light language courses, don't pay via the original link, because message me and I'll send you a 10% off link. And there's a few of you I have to refund the 10% yet to. So the original link that you'll see up on this page is for anybody who has not done my light language workshops. Anybody who has done my light language workshops, you get a 10% off special link. So I just want to remind you of that as well. Kyandra Sukia. We're going to activate Dragon Dialect and Dragon Language on the last day, Sunday as well. So for those of you that already speak light language, you'll be activated into that. And for those of you that don't yet, you'll be activated into light language, particularly the dragon lineage. Kudana, Kia, Kia, Saka. And this is going to help you. They're telling me really strong manifestation energy with that. Kiendo Kiriaru Sukuratai. We're here to reclaim the narrative, our own narrative and the narrative of Earth. Hadiana, as she is also reborn in this time. Heiki, these are fifth dimensional golden orange dragons. They're part of Archangel Metatron's ascension team, is what it says in the book here. Now, Metatron is very much associated with children and teaching as well. We talked about that at the start with the blue ray. At the same time, overseeing the ascension of the entire universe. That was referenced by Leslie's dragon, right? Kiandama, what we do in here affects and ripples out to the whole universe. The golden orange dragons who are carrying the fifth dimensional ascension blueprint for Earth. That's what we're embodying right now, right? And they come to those of us who are ready to make a difference. As soon as they see golden orange energy awaken in our aura, they breathe into us to expand it and accelerate our ascension journey. These dragons demonstrate dignity, peace, and power and wisdom. They are peaceful spiritual warriors, encouraging those in need. Hatha Kandoi Dehatra. This is a high frequency light, so I'm going to invite all of you watching, breathe in the golden orange dragon light. Breathing it in, that light, the angels and unicorns are also here to guide you while you bring in this light. Hikinyi, this shows us it's a time to push forward on the ascension path. Hakanya, do you need to examine and release old stuff or meditate more? Embrace who you are and recognize your magnificence. Huraki, tell these dragons that you need what you need in order to take the next step on your journey. They are wonderful companions and friends. There's a lot of brain work happening. It feels like they want to align the left and right hemispheres, which is the logic mind with the emotional mind, which is the decision making with the intuitive hits, right? There's a lot of alignment happening there to take out the questioning and the programming and the stop-start. Procrastination energy, koda kinjia, and it's also to release blind hope and false hope and blind faith, because that's not discernment. They want to align so there's discernment. Kyandama is the perfect harmony of both. The brain needs to be that connected with the heart, connected to the womb, hara space. Hakata ma ku kikana ma wa eki. Hakata na ku kikana ma wakatane. Hakata kwana kikana ma o wakata e ka usui. Haetanya okunda maru si naga 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 say. Naga 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 say. Naga 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 say. Sapawai. Asha, Asha, wow, Asha, ye, wow, 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 sit, rumba, So they're referencing a breath, breathing down into the sacral, the lower Kundalini region, and imagining it running up the spine and like a snake, like a cobra, out the third eye, like that. So you're breathing in, it runs up like a barometer, stops, and then explodes out, and you breathe down like a barometer, it goes down to the spine again. So it's like a snake coming up and going down. So the breath is like that too, and you can see it. And this is around activation of the Kundalini energy, actually. That's what they're saying. And this is that hot fire energy I'm feeling right now, because that's with the sweat on my face. That's what dragon energy does, right? Really activates the root chakra and the sacral chakra, which are our points of manifestation on earth. Physicalness. We're not talking about floating in the angel realms here. We're talking about being on earth and making things happen aligned with source. Action, action, action aligned with source. Not action aligned with will. Action aligned with divine will. There's a difference. Kya, it's in passion, it's aligned, it's beautiful. It helps everything and everyone. Even if you don't see that, it still does. So that's the direction that they're bringing us in. Oh my God. Holy moly. I'm dripping. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Handia kanama rur hariyadi. Randra Soruku, Leslie, PTSD, actual physical trauma in the coccyx and sacrum. Okay, I was wondering, was it from an accident? Was it from an accident, like a car accident or something? I was trying to, like, very quickly when I do this, it's like flash, flash, flash. I wasn't necessarily getting something. Yeah, could have been that. Right, so wonderful. Your dragons are obviously having me connecting with you. Because I'm getting activated by you too. Wow! Thank you for being on this call, you amazing lady. Olive, you're watching. Judy, I need a window. Hurari, kiarara. I'd like one if aligned. Okay. And Marina, resting inside the big golden dragon egg, they were pouring in different colors of fire for different frequencies, and at last golden. 3 hours. Yes, so the dragon egg came in here for Leslie too, to create her own, whether it's a pine cone she finds, whether it's an actual egg, but you're making something that represents that, and it'll be something that will bring you a lot of beauty and joy. It's almost like you're helping infuse it with dragon energy so you can access it deeper. And it's also like an offering, because they love that. For some reason, they love that. They love that. When we're giving of ourselves, we show them we're ready to receive, because they're so physical. Just like if you give to a friend, like they want to give you something back. It's that same thing. Plus they enjoy that thing of give receive. They enjoy exchange, and they enjoy the respect of it too, given with the open heart. Thank you, Marina. Let's see what card is there. Thank you, Golden Orange Dragons. For Judy, lots of violet and blue in Judy today. Violet is very healing, and blue is quite enlightening right now with you. Lots of realizations and awareness. Judy, interesting. Judy, the green dragon. Now, I don't just feel this is about the green dragon. So I'm in Ireland right now, and there is an emerald Irish dragon. Fierce, like the energy of that would boom you and shake your teeth, right? It's and the Irish dragon holds a lot of the divine mother energy, like frequency, which is why Ireland's so magical, why that's still in our memory as Ireland is magic. Ireland is the place of realms within realms. Ireland has Tír na nÓg and the Tuatha De Danann, Danu, the goddess Danu, right? So all of that, Kiandra Mahasawa, Kieshua, she comes with, she's showing like a great rumbling, a healing, rumble, rumble, rumble. And this affects all the structures, you know, banking structure, schooling structures, physical structure, all of it, infrastructure, but also our DNA structure, our physical DNA, cellular structure. So she's coming in with that, but she's it's pretty roaring, right? It's not softly, softly. And through me, you're going to be connected to that anyway, because you have that, you know, we connect quite a lot, me and you, Judy, right? So I connect into your land via you, you're connecting into my land via me, and that's what happens when you co-create. So you have access to her via that, just as I saw for the first time the Inuit and the indigenous dragons the day before yesterday. When I found out that's in your folklore as well, I was like, oh my god, I had no idea. And all that North American culture area, like all of that, those indigenous peoples, I'm sure they have all loads of different names, so forgive me, I don't know them, but that's what I saw like in a vision. So Green Dragon helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence, which is exactly what you're doing. And the Green Dragon's holding the key to bring you even deeper. There's another door you could even go through if you wish. And that feels like a vortex door for traveling, which you do quite a lot of in your dream time, but also you're very, very, you're super psychic, Judy. And you travel through vast realms of dimensions quite a lot. Part of that feels like knowledge keys that you're accessing and bringing forth. And just like you did a share today, you did a video share this morning. I watched it on our light language initiation group of your learnings. That's like the key of learning. And you're learning via nature. You're learning via your own nature, but also Earth will bring you new learnings too. And you're sharing them. So that others get activated into that frequency and finding their feet with it as well. Like show and tell. Kian, that's how simple it is to be a teacher. Sometimes you're showing and you're telling. Hey, so this particular green dragon is much softer energy than the Irish emeralds. She shakes her teeth literally. So we can invite this more gentle one in. But I definitely feel like you'll connect to the emerald one. When the timing is right, if not now. So there's some mysteries in the mountains there for you from the emerald one that will be made revealed when you need to know. You hid stuff in mountains. Linked to mage when you were a mage. Arthurian links, interesting. Avalon there. And also Atlantean. You hid lost knowledge there. Interesting. You thought you were a new soul. Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Yes. Okay, because there's an aspect of you there. It's not like the full thing, but an aspect of you that has done that. What does this dragon want to show you? We're going to bring in some comfort and healing, it says. It's going to wrap you in the green blanket and green in the heart, heal the heart, bringing in more love. Feel it wrap around you like a hug, and you can even just let me hug you right now. Like, we'll just hug each other and we'll let this dragon hug. Sometimes we need that physical touch. And lie back in to the breast. And everybody can feel that hug. Just feel yourself being hugged. Enveloped in the wings of the dragon, feeling its soft nature, its loving nature. Wai koe aro. Washia. Nikumde. Loro ye bingara. Ninyambur Yama Uai Yama Uhanedi Yama Nai Eoai. And just breathe. It's very soft, it's very subtle. Work through you like a massage. And we'll leave it at that with the gentleness that that dragon has brought in. My fire has died down. I'm no longer sweating a brick. Wasi Jiki. Do you want to taste this over a weekend? Can you feel how powerful the energies are in this? It is definitely a path on the ascension pathway, okay, to explore working with dragon energy, to activate it within you if it has not yet, and if it has, to expand that even more. Like I said, there is so much of this information, of this energy out there for anything. It's like a prescription. It can, these dragons are infinite. Those of you that feel the call will know it's going to be a heart calling. You'll sense the nudging, like the little snouts of the dragons nudging you forward if you're meant to be in this workshop today, even if it's like a little tiny pang. All right. They're like saying, we have called you forth. We call Mary to do this, and we're calling you forth. We want you there to play with us. Kokan di Echi, and be once again reborn into the truth of the nature of all that you be. We are merely one path on this journey, Kianda, but it's so much fun to play, is it not, on this path? Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you, my darlings. That is it for this evening. The 9th and the 10th of April.